for you now. You got 2 minutes of my time, and I don't really break too easily, but I'm worth it, 'cause I'll slip into your dreams tonight. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breaking your sweat. You're falling into me, touch me. I swear you would do anything that I want, so keep us awake till the dawn. Baby, feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me. I wanna make you sweat on me. I got you wrapped around my finger, but don't you try to call me tomorrow. There's nothing personal in having a little fun. You wait and see if it's worth your while. So give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breaking your sweat. You're falling into me, touch me. I swear you would do anything that I want, so keep us awake till the dawn. Baby, feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me. I wanna make you sweat on me. Feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me. Just take a hint, you got a free pass. Oh, try to hide it, but you had me from the get-go. Let me be frank, I'm not that complicated. If you need me, what's the use of playing games? No, there's no denying.
Morning, guys. It is Wednesday, May 14th. It is 8:47 in the morning right now. I got up this morning at, I guess, around 5:35. I had planned to work out, but then I was just getting up so many times throughout the night, and then I got my period like in the middle of the night when I went to go to the bathroom. So it was just like, I don't know. I had a very restless night's sleep, and then Pete was leaving to go to the gym at 4:35-ish, and Quinn started crying. So then I went upstairs, and I was just so exhausted by the time I like tucked her in and everything that I was just like, I'm not gonna work out today. I worked out Monday and Tuesday morning, so I was fine with taking the day off. Anyway, I got up around 5:35, and I'm sure you guys saw, I actually had a cottage cheese this morning, and I also had a scoop of peanut butter. And I know that I've talked to you guys a lot about how I do intermittent fasting, and I've done it for years and it works really well for my body, but I've also talked to y'all about all of the kind of hormone imbalance that I feel like I'm experiencing, especially the week before I get my period, and sometimes when I am just, normal. But I get these really weird mood swings. Sometimes I get very ragey and irritable, and I've tried a lot of different things, changing up my diet a little bit, adding a little bit more carbs back in, making sure that I get a lot of water throughout the day. But I was in Vail, Colorado for my mom's trip over this past weekend, and I will talk to you guys a little bit about that and how it was just amazing. But anyway, my friends are like very health conscious and everything, and my one friend sent me this podcast, and it was with Dr. Stacy Sims. I don't know if y'all have heard of her before, but she was on Mel Robbins' podcast, and she also was on Huberman's podcast. And I don't know exactly what she does, but I think it's something with like exercising and potentially nutrition, but a lot about what works for women's bodies as opposed to what works for men's bodies. So anyway, I was telling my friend about how, I feel like my hormones are all out of whack. And, you know, she was asking me when I eat and what I eat and all this other stuff. And she was saying how she had listened to this podcast, and Dr. Stacy Sims was saying that women who are in their late 30s, early mid 40s, who are potentially going to be in perimenopause, need to eat within the first 30 minutes of them waking up. And the longer they stretch out a fast, like if you're going till noon, which most of the time I am, it just puts a lot of stress on a woman's body in this age bracket, and the cortisol levels go up. And it was a very fascinating podcast. So I will link both of them below. Now I'm kind of like going down a rabbit hole. So anyway, it got me thinking, have I been doing this wrong for years? And maybe I hadn't. I have done intermittent fasting for a very long time, but now that I'm getting older, 38, like potentially in perimenopause, should I make some changes? And I'm willing to try anything. I love to kind of experiment. So I was fascinated by what she was saying. It made a lot of sense. Like women, when they wake up, their cortisol levels rise. And then of course I usually work out in the morning. So not only am I waking up early, my cortisol levels are high, then I am not eating anything, not drinking anything, and I'm going straight into, you know, like a strength training workout. My body is under incredible stress. So that can cause a lot of hormone imbalance issues, and I'm potentially not getting enough calories and protein early enough on in the day. And so I'm willing to try anything to feel good. And so in her podcast, she was saying, when you wake up, you don't need to have a full-on meal or anything. She said, try to get around 15 grams of protein before you do anything, like within the first 30 minutes, especially if you're going to work out. So my little cottage cheese is 14 grams of protein. And then I took just like a tablespoon of peanut butter, and I didn't work out this morning, but I also had a protein shake yesterday morning when I got up. I made like a protein coffee, which I particularly like. I actually like the taste of my coffee by itself, so I'm gonna not do that. Anywho, long-winded way of saying, I am starting slowly to just have food within the first 30 minutes of me waking up, just like a little small thing. And I'll let you know how it goes. Yesterday, I felt really good. I felt like my blood sugar was kind of even throughout the day, and I felt hungrier. I guess that makes sense because I'm starting my metabolism moving way early in the morning instead of, 12 noon or 11. And I don't know, I just felt like my food intake was a little bit more balanced. I didn't change anything else. I didn't add in any more protein or anything like that, because y'all know when I did that it was like a week of eating, I think like 120 grams of protein every day, I gained 5 pounds. It was really, really bad. So I'll keep you posted on how it goes, but it was a fascinating podcast, both of them. Anyway, I have a meeting at 9 o'clock. I just wanted to say hello, start the vlog, let you know why you're seeing cottage cheese at 5:50 in the morning, which I normally don't ever do, but that's why. So I'm gonna go I actually have 2 back-to-back meetings, and then I will check back in once those are over. I just took my shot of Magic Mind. So y'all know that I love my cold brew, and I usually drink it around 6 a.m. every morning. But by mid-afternoon, I usually start to get into kind of a slump, and I need a little bit of a boost of energy to get me through the remainder of my workday. So Magic Mind has time-released caffeine that gives me energy for hours instead of that one burst that I get from my coffee, and then I find myself crashing out an hour or 2 after. So Magic Mind has been a sponsor of mine for the last few months now, and I have fallen in love with their classic shot, and it's something that I've been using daily. When they first reached out to me, they gave me a chance to try it with no pressure, no obligation to promote it unless I truly felt the benefits, and I absolutely did. Now I'm super excited because they just launched their free and max versions, and they offered me a chance to try them too, and of course I said yes. So over the last 6 days, I tried out all three and I learned what I liked the best. Out of the three, my favorite was Max. I had this really big presentation due. It was a PowerPoint that required a lot of analyzing and data. It was a very big presentation, very daunting, and I had been procrastinating. I was putting it off. Then I decided to take Magic Mind Max, and I literally got the majority of it done within 2 hours. I honestly thought that it was going to take me between 8 and 10 hours over the course of a week, and I was able to get nearly 75 to 80% done within just 2 hours. So Max compared to free and classic was noticeably stronger and longer lasting thanks to the addition of nootropics like L-theanine, which are known to improve attention, executive function, and memory. Even after work, after my kids got home, I felt more productive getting household tasks done, making dinner, and taking care of the kids. I also really loved free, especially on Fridays when I usually get Starbucks in the morning and I don't need the extra caffeine, but I still want to be able to concentrate at work. I also got Pete, my husband, into trying Magic Mind. He typically gets up around 4:30 in the morning to go to the gym and he makes himself a coffee. I suggested instead of doing coffee to have Magic Mind because he wanted to have increased energy to get him through his workout and then also carry him into the morning when he got to work because his mornings are the busiest part of his day. He absolutely loved it and he said that he's gonna make it a permanent part of his routine. So as Magic Mind is launching these new products, they also have a limited time offer. You can scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description box, which will give you 60% off your subscription, which is literally insane. I highly recommend you grab this deal now. It's not gonna be here for very long. And I can't recommend Magic Mind enough, especially if you are a working mom like me and you have a lot of stuff to get done. I'm just gonna head back to work. I have to finish that presentation that I was just telling you about. It is due at the end of the week and I know that I'm gonna be able to bang it out in less than an hour. So I'm gonna get back to work and then I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Guys, I'm done with my meetings for the day. Thank goodness. Around the house, I just have some laundry that I need to fold for my kids, and I also need to start my kids' laundry as well. After being away last week for most of the week, I'm so behind on my kids' laundry, but thankfully they have a ton of clothes, so they're fine. But anyway, I wanted to quickly chat about my girls' trip to Vail. It was so nice, you guys. If you've never been to Vail, this was the perfect time of year to go. It's funny because we actually ended up booking in their off season. So a lot of the places were shut down, but there were still a whole bunch of restaurants that were open and little shops and places to eat brunch and little boutiques and stuff like that. So it was a lot quieter. I can't imagine what Vail is like during ski season. The little like town square was so perfect. Like our hotel was right in the middle of everything. So we literally could go walk outside of our hotel and then just walk to everything. We didn't need to Uber or anything like that. The only Uber we took was from the airport and it was just so nice. The weather was beautiful. It was a little chilly in the morning, like 35, 40 degrees. But then by mid-afternoon, it got up to like high 50s and I didn't even need a jacket most of the time. Just had a little vest or a long sleeve shirt. Sunny, so pretty. We did like a long hike one of the days and one of the other days we just kind of did like a shorter walk along the stream and the creek, whatever you want to call it. It was just very relaxing. We didn't have any real activities planned, which I love. I cannot stand activities. I hate being overscheduled. And so it was just very leisurely. Like we would get up by around 7 in the morning and then we would go get our coffee and then have breakfast and then we would go outside, do the hike, come back, change into our swimsuits, go to the spa, sit in the hot tub, sit in the sauna, the steam room, relax. Like they had a beautiful fireplace in the spa that was just, it was so nice, so relaxing. And then just catching up with my girlfriends. Nothing beats just pure quality time where you're on a girls trip and you're with each other for multiple days and just together all the time. It's just so much of a deeper connection than you get when you see your friends for a couple hours here and there, like across the course of a month or whatever. We laughed so much. It was good conversation. It was just so enjoyable. And it just came at the perfect time. I had recently uploaded the video where I'm talking about being burnt out, and April and May are just such intense, crazy months. There's so much going on. Busy at work, busy with the kids, busy with just activities. Everybody is doing stuff, birthdays, Easter, like there's so much going on, and I really had been starting to feel overwhelmed and kind of trapped, and it was nice to just get away and not have the responsibilities of cleaning the house, of anything with the kids. It's just like I'm looking after myself. I really felt like I could rest, and it was nice to not feel this pressure to do, and just leisurely getting up in the morning was such a treat. I think that girls trips are just good for the soul. So if y'all have good girlfriends, it's really nice to just get away. Even if it's a staycation for a weekend, that's what we normally do for our Mother's Day trip. We'll just go somewhere locally and drive there. But this time we decided to do, like a destination-based one, and it was really nice. So I'm glad that we did it, and I came back feeling really relaxed. The kids were really great. Pete was so good, keeping them entertained, and they did a lot of stuff while I was gone. Yeah, they got me some cute stuff for Mother's Day. They both made me stuff from in their classes, and Pete got me some flowers and a balloon and a Dunkin' gift card, and it was just like, it was really nice to come back on Sunday and then just keep feeling the love and all of that. So it was a really nice vacation. I'm so happy that we got to get away. Now things are crazier than ever. So next week is Chase's last week of school. His kindergarten graduation is on Tuesday, and his last day of school is next Thursday, the 22nd. He has a half day, and then he's done, which is just wild to me. I can't believe how fast this year went, and now I have a first grader, and like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of sad. And I told y'all that he's going to be moving to another school next year because this new school was just built and it's closer to our house. So he essentially got rezoned, which is going to be really nice because I can walk him to school now and pick him up and everything. But we just got the start time, and their tardy bell is at 7:15. So now at his school currently, his tardy bell is 7:45. So we usually leave the house between 7:15, 7:20. He gets to school by 7:30, and then I take Quinn. My schedule is going to be completely different starting in the fall. I think I'm going to have to like redo everything because now I like to get up, I like to work out, have my quiet time on the couch, and I'm gonna have to be getting them up by 6 because I think we're gonna have to probably leave our house around 6:50 in order for him to have enough time to get to school and not be late. So I'm thinking, which actually it might end up being better for me, but I might just stop working out early in the morning and just get up at 5:20, sit on the couch, read my Kindle, and then get the kids up at 6, get them off to school. And by the time I get Chase to school, I'm hoping to drive him in the morning because I have to take Quinn. So I'll just like drive him, and then Quinn won't have to walk with us, but I'll have to figure that out. And then by the time he's dropped off and then I drop off Quinn, I should be back by like 7:20, 7:30. And then I can probably get my workout in before I actually start my work day at 8, which could really be nice for me because then I won't have to like get up and stress and get up like super early, like 4:30. That would be insane to have enough time to do everything in the morning. But we'll see. It's going to be a trial and error kind of a thing. And I know that I'm probably not going to get into any sort of a routine until the end of September, which was around the time this year that I felt like we were finally settling into a groove, but we'll see. But that also means that now Chase is gonna be getting out of school at 2:40. So now my afternoon work is gonna be very much cut short. I'm gonna have to walk over there at like 2:30, pick him up, bring him back home, and then finish my work day with him here, or potentially find an after school program for him. we'll see what happens. I'll keep y'all posted. Anyway, I am gonna make a couple of eggs right now. I'm just gonna do some eggs and feta because I had that smoothie and I'm not super hungry, but I want to eat a little bit of something. So I have so much going on at work, and then next week we are leaving on Friday for Cinnamon Shore. So we are going to be going for a full week to the beach, and I'm just so excited. I love the beach so much. We're going to probably go to the aquarium down there. There's a pool literally right next to the house that we're staying in. So it's going to be really nice for the kids. Get up, have breakfast, go to the pool, go to the beach. I think we're going to do s'mores on the beach one night. It should be so much fun. I'm really looking forward to having a full week there, because last year we did Labor Day weekend. So it was, I think, did we go down Thursday or Friday? I think it was like a Thursday to a Monday. It just felt like we crammed a lot into a short amount of time. So now that we'll be there for a full week, it'll be a little bit more relaxing, and we'll feel like we can kind of just like have nice leisurely days instead of trying to do all these activities. It'll be really nice. I'm so excited. I'm sure we'll get good weather, but I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, so I need to get a lot of work done this week because I'm gonna be off for an entire week, and then Chase and Quinn will start going to Quinn's school, and Chase will be there for the summer program. So once I'm back from vacation, school is done for the year. It'll be so much more chill in the morning. I'm not gonna be rushing to get the kids off to school like I am now, because Chase has to be there at a specific time, and so that'll give us a little bit more time to kind of chill in the morning. The kids don't have to be up super early over the summer, so that'll be nice. And then I can actually keep them at school until 4 and then pick them up afterwards, and I can get a full uninterrupted work day done, which is gonna be so nice. Anyway, I am gonna make my little lunch, and I'm gonna fold the remaining laundry that I have and just throw a couple loads in and then get back to work.
Emptied out my soul, you've heard it all before. Honest, but I know. Left these years ago, I was young and I'm old, still can't fill the void. We don't need the past in our lives for tomorrow. Never see the end of the night filled with sorrow. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done, what do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done, what do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love when everything's said and done? Out in the unknown, story took its toll. Thought I would have grown. Track to become a better man, sinking in the sand. We don't need the past in our lives for tomorrow. Never see the end of the night filled with sorrow. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love when everything's said and done? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love when everything's said and done? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love when everything's said and done? What do we do to love?
Hi guys, it's about 4 o'clock. I just got home from picking up the kids, and I am just wrapping up work for the day. I actually have been so uncomfortable all day long because like I mentioned earlier, I just got my period, and the first 2 days are just usually so bad for me. I just feel so gross. Like my face is all breaking out from last week, and I don't know, I just feel like puffy, bloated, heavy, like ugh, all of the things. So anyway, I'm just uncomfortable right now, and I'm ready for the day to be over. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.